Can't
Got
hear you. Oh, what?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear, Coach.
Is it a shadow in here?
It's a little dark. Oh, that's a little better. Oh, it keeps changing on us.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. It's so good to see you. How are you doing?
Great to see you as well. I'm great.
Thanks for taking the time to do this. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you for doing it.
Do I got the right wardrobe on for you, Coach?
Let me see what jersey number is that, 12?
Yeah. I could change.
No, keep the 12 on.
It's not a big deal. I can change.
No, we're in Indy. This is for Indy. I love it.
I got you.
You got Mac and Luck, two pretty good players.
Are you in Indy full time now? You're not going back to Chicago?
We're moving. We're out of Chicago for good. And then we're moving from here in June.
To where?
Idaho.
Wow. What inspired that?
Tina's from there. Her whole family's there. Two of my three daughters are living there. And then the last one that's here in Indy is moving there now in June.
I'm so happy for you. And, you had such a great career. Unfortunately, you did lose a playoff game, but to end on a high note in the postseason, I was happy for you on your own terms.
That's exactly right. You said it best right there. We got to go out on our own terms. Feel very blessed that way that we could do that. Our life is our own now.
Obviously, we're hosting a music festival. We had a lot of great artists reach out who said they wanted to be involved. And I thought, why not take this a step further and raise money for something on the side? When I started thinking about what can we raise money for, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. I get a text from you, just one of your monthly words or statements of insight. And I said, this is exactly what we should be raising money for. Okay, everyone's raising money for COVID, they're raising money for everything else, but we can't forget about how important a cause like this is. Would you be able to explain in your own words what your fund raises money for specifically?
Yeah, of course. And thank you. So grateful, Russell, that you would do this. Grateful for our friendship and our relationship.
Me as well.
I told you when we first met, that these relationships are for life. Funny how things happen, they kind of just, when you're looking and searching for certain things just fall in your lap. And so I'm grateful that you're doing this, and the funds and proceeds that are raised are going to, the Chuck Strong movement, if you will. Started back in 2012, 4 games into that season, I was diagnosed with a form of leukemia, very curable form, right place at the right time. The IU, Simon Cancer Comprehensive Cancer Center, is like top notch, one of the best in the country. So I was very lucky. And the whole thing kind of started as, a group of individuals, a community, if you will, Indianapolis, the National Football League, friends, family, all that kind of stuff, coming together to encourage and support me, during my battle. What we wanted to do after that was to kind of pay it forward and pay it back was, to continue with the Chuck Strong Tailgate Gala. And we've had 7 of them to this point. And every penny, that we raise, every penny that you'll raise will go, directly to, cancer research. A lot of different areas that it goes to. Obviously, physicians, scientists, doctors, researchers, give them what they need. Equipment, some big machines were able to be, purchased for testing, to come up with ways to battle cancer, cures, if you will, for all blood cancers. There's over 250 scientists and physicians working down there at the hospital that the money goes towards. The Chuck and Tina Pagano Scholar Fund that they started, which we're really, really proud of. And what that does is that funds a doctor that they'll bring in for a certain period of time to do research. Again, every penny, Russell, that we raise, goes directly to cancer research. But the main goal is to help and encourage and to support these doctors and scientists so that they have everything that they need, to do their jobs. APL was the form of leukemia that I had, acute promyelocytic leukemia. 20, 30 years ago, it had a 50% cure rate. When I was diagnosed, it was in the low 90s. And that's only because of research. And that's only because people a long time ago gave and supported doctors and scientists and researchers, and they came up with, I call it the cocktail that they gave me, the chemo and a drug called Atra, and a combination of the two, brought that cure rate from 50% into the low 90s. So I was very, very lucky, but we got a long way to go. But we've raised almost $7.5 million. That's kind of, where our funds go, and every dollar matters. And so what you're doing means a lot.
Thank you. Well, I mean, what I'm doing it wouldn't even exist without what you started. So obviously many thanks to you and your peers who have helped you along the way. I'd be hard pressed to find anybody anywhere who hasn't been affected by cancer in some way, shape, or form. Have people approached you outside of the football world in regards to either experiences that they've been through or from what your fund has been able to do for them or one of their loved ones?
Countless.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's the blessing, in all of this thing. I often say, cancer didn't happen to me, it happened for me. At the time, none of us want to hear that, because like you said, it doesn't discriminate, and it affects everybody. Every one of us knows somebody, a close family member, a friend, a coworker, whoever that has gone through some type of cancer journey, or is going to have to go through some type of cancer journey. I always said that, people reached out to me that I did not know. I got cards and letters and emails and texts, and my wife, I couldn't go through them, but she would go through them every day in the hospital with me, and we'd read them together, and she'd read them to me. But total strangers, and talking to me about things that I was going to experience, side effects that I had experienced, things that I'd want to do. A young guy, he's 6 years old at the time, his name is Ryan Darby. We still communicate to this day. He sent me an email, and one thing that you get off when you do chemo, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. I didn't get them, but you get mouth sores, and they're really, really painful. And they can go down your esophagus and down your throat and whatnot. And so he said, to avoid these, you can chew ice, coach. But what I did was I got cherry popsicles. That was my favorite flavor. You get whatever flavor you want. But I got popsicles to chew on while I was doing chemo. So, we wrote the book, Sideline. And, we said, as long as we get through this, to pay it forward, I'm going to do as much as I can for anybody that reaches out and that I can help, encourage and support, whatever it is. Mostly just kind of listen and be there for them. Because so many people that did that for me that I did not know, they didn't have to do it. To this day, I still get emails and calls and friends of friends, colleagues that I know. Hey, I just had a friend, I had a coworker, I had a brother, I had a sister, I have an aunt, I have an uncle, that was just diagnosed. Would you mind? And I'm like, absolutely. Just send me the contact information, send me the cell. I'll make a video, give them some words of encouragement, whatever that is. So I know how that impacted me and how that got me through my cancer journey, and how it affected me in such a positive way. That Tina and I said, you know what, this is something that, again, things get revealed to you, going through stuff, going through adversity. And, what was revealed to me, this was the blessing in the whole thing, is that we can help others.
It's a testament to you as a man, coach, because even out of the cancer sphere, you and I, we worked together in an office setting. It was actually less than a year. I mean, you've made such a positive impact on my life. You've met so many people through the business of football, so many people just probably in your life, and you still keep in touch with them. You find time, I don't know how, you find time to shoot me a message every once in a while. And I can't imagine the dozens or maybe hundreds of other people that you're just sending a friendly message to, keeping in touch. And again, that's outside of that cancer sphere. So you're like one of my heroes. You've been one of my heroes since before I had the opportunity to meet you, and to be able to call you a friend, there's no words to describe it. I'm so proud that I even get to say that I know you, coach. And I thank you for taking the time to speak with me, and for putting together this fund and for allowing us to help you raise some money for it.
That means the world to me, Russ. You know that. Just know that you made the same impact on me, Russell, and I'm grateful for you and grateful for our relationship. Like I said, it's for life. And so you got me forever. As long as I'm on the right side of the dirt, you got me, pal.
Well, you're stuck with me then too, Coach. I'll be bugging you. No.
Now you call, you know, you can get me any time.